A pop-up draft of the best head coaches in the NFL right now. Go.
Gosh, okay. Wow. I'm not gonna abandon Bill Belichick yet. I'm not. I'm still gonna pick him one. I am. I'm sorry. I'm not giving up on everything I've seen, even to this past year. It was a great job. It really was. I mean, it was a brand new team, rookie quarterback. I'm still taking Bill Belichick number one. You know, it might not be for too much longer that we take him number one, but for this moment right now, I'm still gonna go with him. I am.
I'll go Sean McVay. The guy's got the trophy. The guy cracked the code. The guy got it figured out. The guy's, he's married and he's having a good time. And, the world is his oyster and he's 36. I'll go Sean McVay.
Well, okay. All righty. Well, I'm gonna go Shanahan. I am. I'm going Shanahan next. Call me a homer or whatever.
Do you feel the tattoo throbbing?
Well,
tattoo throbbing.
Well, there's some good choices
KS.
here. It's tough.
KS.
KS. Hey, listen, there's some personal here, but I think I'm capable of being not biased as well in this conversation. I understand that. Hey, it's to me like pretty apparent the most creative, best offensive game planner in football is Shanahan. I do think that. There's hands down. I don't think there's anybody more creative and finds ways to get his stars off, an average quarterback to look good on a weekly basis and all that better than Shanahan. It's the most creative run game design. He gets involved in the defense a little bit there too. So I am going to take Kyle. I am, because what he's shown is when he is a quarterback that's at least average, they're going to be dangerous. It's just when he doesn't have one, that's Mullins and C.J. Beathard, that's the only time they've fallen off. Anytime he's had anybody competitive or just capable, the 49ers are in the thick of things.
There are few NFL head coaches that I would respond to the way that they want their players to respond. And this is a guy that's been doing it since 2007, has never had a losing season, always finds a way to make chicken salad out of whatever is thrown in front of him.
Right.
You lose your quarterback for the season, still compete for the playoffs. Offense is down, still compete for the playoffs. Defense is banged up, still compete for the playoffs. Still compete, and no excuses. And just that kind of alpha male personality gets you stand at attention and run into a wall and bounce off the wall, as the case may be. But Mike Tomlin, we take him for granted.
No doubt.
And there's still a faction of Steelers fans that the minute the team encounters any adversity, they want to get rid of Mike Tomlin. And we've said this time
and
again.
Is your extended family that's involved in this
Are
too?
Are you crazy?
Your nephews, are they part
crazy?
of that?
No.
Okay.
No. But my nephew, I got one nephew. It's a Seahawks fan. One's a Cardinals fan. The other one's a Seahawks fan. I can't explain it. I have a good friend that I've known since I was 6 years old. That the minute that the Steelers struggle, they got to fire Tomlin. And the minute they would fire Tomlin, there are teams out there that have coaches with whom they are happy that would say, we love you, but you got to go. We can't have two head coaches, and we have an opportunity to hire Mike Tomlin. I hope you understand. So, yeah. It really is fascinating to me. This guy's going to be the head coach of the Steelers as long as he wants to be. And he always finds a way. And there's still that group of Steelers fans that can't wait to get rid of him.
I don't get it either. I don't. I know. I mean, to me, it's the best motivator, the best communicator in the sport. Pretty good at managing the football game and doing things that way. Just they're always tough. They're always physical. I hear you all the way. Personalities that he's got to manage. I mean, he's not always in control of that. Still manages them. So definitely was on my list. The problem is here, I still have 3 on my list that I go, wow, they're like really all deserve to be drafted. I mean, to me right now, and again, maybe this speaks to the AFC a little bit once again here, but I'm like, Andy Reid, Vrabel, and McDermott are the 3 I look at to be next on my list here. I also have Pete Carroll on the list as well, of course, but I'm going to go Andy Reid here. I mean, Andy Reid to me, and damn it, Harbaugh. Harbaugh's on my list too. Holy crap, there's this tough one. But I'm going to go Andy Reid. Andy Reid to me, the ability to relate to players. He gets the team to play tough and physical every year. He's creative. You know, I think the one thing about Andy Reid that does not get enough credit, we know how good he is with offense and quarterbacks and all that. But man, the Kansas City Chiefs, we always kind of look at them, oh, they're a pretty passing football team. But when they have to answer the bell, and we've discussed this a lot over the last 3-4 years, when they have to play a team where we go, oh, no, they're coming to town. They're big and physical. It's the Ravens. Oh, no. It's the 49ers. And they always match up and go, we're just as tough. We can hit you just as hard as you hit us. And that's where I think like Andy Reid does not get enough respect for the physicality of his football team sometimes, just because they're pass happy. We maybe lose that in translation a little bit.
You know, I'm like you now. I'm at the point where I've got 4 or 5, and I'm going to rattle off some names just to kind of, to the extent that any of them are out there listening or watching. And if you are, hello,
they're all worthy.
What the hell are you doing? Yeah. Get back to work. John Harbaugh, Ron Rivera is a guy who gets overlooked and taken for granted and not appreciated. Pete Carroll, I strongly considered him a hell of an experiment this year, and I'm rooting for the Seahawks this year. I want to see them thrive post-Russell Wilson. I want to see Carroll bring that team together, recapture the vibe of 10 years ago. But you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
And also Mike Vrabel.
I was going to say, how are you not going Vrabel? You're afraid of Vrabel. You're afraid of him.
I'm afraid of Vrabel. Mike Tomlin inspires me, and Vrabel scares the shit out of me. So it kind of is the yin and the yang. I am going to go Matt LaFleur.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Here's why.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. This guy has been caught between front office and quarterback for 3 freaking years.
Yeah.
And he's had to find a way to speak to the better angels and better impulses of Aaron Rodgers for 3 freaking years. And he doesn't look like he's aged at all. I don't know what he's putting on his skin. I'll tell you what, I'd be in the grave if I had to deal with Aaron Rodgers for 3 years, and that infinite loop would be playing of Aaron Rodgers saying, don't waste your time reading
You're
that
right,
crap.
though. He doesn't look stressed out.
Yeah.
It's like Shanahan or McVay. Sometimes Shanahan and McVay, it looks like their eyes are ready to pop out, and you're like, oh, man, they're exhausted and crazy right now. He never looks like that.
Think about what his reward was for going 13-3 in his first year on the job. What's his reward? Yeah. They drafted Jordan Love with a first-round pick. They traded up. They gave up a 4th-round pick to move up a few spots to draft a quarterback. Could you imagine how beside himself Matt LaFleur had to have been? And he managed serenity now.
Yeah.
He never airs out any of the dirty laundry.
Nope.
Never shows it. Not even to tell. He'd be a good poker player. And meanwhile, what's he do? 13 wins, 13 wins, 13 wins. With Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I know.
Where'd Devontae go?
Yeah, right.
Where'd Devontae go?
It's every year.
Oh, the Packers offered him more money than the Raiders did. Yeah, okay, fine. But the Packers waited until the Raiders were locked and loaded, and Devontae Adams finally got to bring this vision to fruition of being with Derek Carr with the Raiders. Look, I got a ton of respect for what Matt LaFleur's done, because he's got to deal with Aaron freaking Rodgers every single day. That in and of itself justifies the spot.
I'm not mad at you for that pick, for sure. To me, it's kind of like, it does seem wrong that he still hasn't won Coach of the Year after the last 3 years. It does. It's like Aaron Rodgers made it the fact that actually he didn't get Coach of the Year. I think a lot of people were like, well, he's got Aaron Rodgers, so we're not going to make him Coach of the Year. But I think most people
that should count.
I know.
That should
well, most people in football
deal
would
with
go
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
opposite. They'd go, well, gosh, he's had to deal with Aaron Rodgers and that all the crap that Gutekunst and Mark Murphy have thrown on his plate. Holy cow! I mean, he deserves more than Coach of the Year. It's like Medal of Honor. I mean, basically. But man, you know,
we had fun. We had fun with the whole Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin, respectful nod to each other.
Yeah.
But can you deep down? I think Mike Tomlin would relish the opportunity to show Aaron Rodgers what it's really like to get coached hard by an old school head coach who's not going to deal with that crap.
Yeah.
I think that LaFleur needs to be far more appreciated for his ability to tiptoe through that minefield on a continuous basis.
I don't know about you, though. I legitimately am feeling guilty on a Monday morning right now that we didn't pick Vrabel, McDermott, or Harbaugh. Like, I really am.
But we mentioned them enough times.
But damn, it's like
it's only 3 rounds.
I know. It's just a tough one, and they deserve it. Vrabel's going to beat you up for sure. I can't wait. I hope he does.
I sent him a ham.
Yeah, you might have to send him a whole.
You might have to
send him a whole damn pig now. I don't know. You're off his list. He doesn't care.
You're the one. Whenever we interview him,
he definitely doesn't like
me. You're the one where you're like, I don't think he likes me.
I know. He definitely doesn't like me. He's probably like big mouth ex-player, not as good. I've said some things about the Patriots. He's probably like, oh, screw this guy. I don't know. I got a lot of respect for him, though. And McDermott and Harbaugh, 3 guys that were kind of leaving off the list, I feel like, who like maybe are not looked at as like the creative geniuses. But like, man, when you talk about tough nose, like just teams are going to play smart, detailed football. The game's going to be managed exactly the right way. That's where all 3 of them are special. It's a tough 3 to leave off the list.
I'll tell you, I was going to go Harbaugh until I realized there was a way to pick LaFleur while also throwing some shade at Aaron Rodgers. That
kicked you
scale
over
for me.
Right,
that was the
right.
51-49.
You usually, I was shocked you didn't pick Harbaugh because I think like you lead the charge for him as being, one of the great coaches of our era. You've always said it. You've been saying it for a few years here.
Well, the guys who just stay and are there and are competitive and they get so baked into what the NFL is, we don't pay any attention to them. We just take it for granted.
Yeah, we do.
They're there. He's been there since 2008.
Right.
And they're always in the mix.
Yeah, I think that's what happens.
They only have that one
Super
Bowl appearance, but they're always there, and they're always good, and they're always competitive, and they're just part of the fabric of the league. We can't imagine the league without them, so we don't notice them.
Yeah.
They're just part of the shield.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that was fun. It was
good.
We'll see who we hear from. We'll see if I hear from Vrabel today.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.